I'm Junkyard Rat. Welcome to the Junkyard Rat Show. And my guest today is Joanna Alberts from San Francisco in Texas. How are you doing today, Joanna?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you liking things out here in the city?
Um, I'm all right. I feel safe.
You feel safe? You're like the only person that feels safe.
I know, right?
Nobody I know feels safe in this area.
Working on it.
Oh, yeah. So how long you been doing comedy, Joanna?
All right, so I started September 27th, 2022.
2022.
Yes,
September 27th.
yes.
I don't remember when my first show. My first show. I took a class at Fresno State, and my final was like my stand course. But I don't remember that date. So, do you like stand up? Like,
I like it. I love it. I love it.
what's your favorite spot?
Well, okay, so since I just recently moved close to 11th and Howard um in June. And so since then I've been hitting I think it's Mad Dog and the Fog on Hate on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. And then on Sunday as well. And I started hitting OMG also. So that's my Sunday day.
I won a hoodie from Barbary Coast.
Nice.
Like they had a contest for a free hoodie, and I was like the only one that it was online on Instagram. I was like the only one
No,
that
hell yeah.
that tried to win. So
I'm not. Are you? A win is a win is a win.
I know I'm like I got a hoodie from Barbary Coast and stuff. It's pretty cool. I like Barbary Coast. So you were in the military or
Yeah.
you were in the Air Force?
Yeah. So I left. Okay. So born and raised in San Francisco, left for the military in 1997, and then yeah, I was in the Air Force for 8 years as a cop or security forces.
Oh, you were you're like you're like the second military police person on this show.
No way.
There was another one. I think he was in Iraq for a while,
Yeah,
but
I did that too.
did you like being a cop or a military police? Or?
I loved it. I feel like it developed a personality in me that I had no idea I had. For one, we get trained and they're like, scream halt, because you have to tell somebody to halt, especially when you're carrying an M16 that could shoot at least 50 meters and beyond. You have to let that person know you're going to shoot at them. So they taught me how to scream halt.
Were you looking for drugs or what were you looking for? What?
No, that was just training.
Oh, it was just training?
Yeah.
Did you really have to like arrest people for stuff or
Yeah, that I did.
like what kind of stuff were they doing that?
In the Air Force is very minimal. The worst maybe is like a domestic issue, something between husband and wife. You just gotta separate them. But I've never had to arrest anybody. In fact, detain people, yes, but I don't. Yeah, nothing aggressive.
Did you want to be a cop or
No, I wanted to be in the medical field.
how did you end up like how did you end up did they choose you to be a cop or
They put you where they need you really. When there's like a demand for something, they're like, we need cops, and I was like, I need to go somewhere.
were you watching Top Gun and you're like, I want to be a pilot?
No, no. Well, I did think I was gonna work on planes. That was a hope.
Yeah, I was in the aircraft carrier in San Diego, the Midway. There, and yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, was the Air Force your first choice, or was that?
It was my first choice. It was the first recruiter that gave me a pamphlet. And the funny thing about back then, when a recruiter gives you a pamphlet, other recruiters will hit you up too. So the Army came and drove a Humvee to my school and tried to pick me up, but yeah, no.
Yeah, the Marines was trying to recruit me in high school. I don't know why. I mean,
The Marines.
usually they go after like the athletes. I wasn't even an athlete. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm like, the Marines is the last place I'm going. My dad was in the Naval Academy in Chile, and they do it during high school back then. He was on a ship.
Okay, that's like a mandatory thing then, right?
It's in Chile. It's mandatory to do your military service 2 years, unless you go to college. But the truth is, I got 30 cousins. None of my cousins have been in the military. I don't know if we got connections or we
Maybe
all ended up in,
waivers.
huh?
Maybe waivers.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's man, but yeah, my dad was on this, but it was like a wooden ship that they used to take to
Damn,
festivals.
I'd love to like look into that. I gotta read into that.
Yeah, it was a boat called Esmeralda, which is a famous ship, um, because it was considered a torture ship. And
Damn.
in the seven in '73, a dictator named Pinochet took over Chile, and basically he was in the military, and they used the ship to torture people, right? So the Esmeralda came here like 4 or 5 years ago to San Francisco, and there were people protesting the ship. They, they were
I wonder
protesting.
why.
And then there was a long line of Chileans trying to get on the ship just to go in and look at it. But yeah.
Oh.
Did you see any crazy stuff in the Air Force?
Mm.
You didn't go to war at all, did
No, I
you?
did. I went to Iraq.
Oh, how was Iraq?
6 months too long. Like 6 months too long. That was so I already by then I already had my son. I was in my second marriage. And it was the first time I had to be away from my baby. And after that, I knew I wanted to get out because I never wanted to be away from my family again.
Your 6 months in Iraq were during the summer, or did you get lucky during the winter?
Dude, it's hot all the time there.
It's all the time. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, but I did go during the summer.
Oh,
I think it was like from March to. It was a long time.
that is crazy.
Nothing bad had. We did get attacked, but I guess one of the things that I remember is before we got attacked. I had like this weird night on post where I recognized nobody was coming through the gate and it was like really silent. And then what's worse is there was like a thunderstorm or a lightning storm going on that made no noise, but it was static in the air.
Hmm.
So it was like dead in the air and it was like dead silence. Nobody was coming through. And I remember asking like, what's going on? Somebody knows something. And yeah, like soon after that, we got hit. But yeah.
Were you scared at all, or?
No, it was a polite hit. It wasn't nobody got hurt.
Oh, it was just like a warning shot, or?
I don't know what it was, but all I know is when they sound the alarm, everybody gets to hide, seek shelter, and they send us out to go look for what happened.
So would you encourage your kids to join the military, or?
I do,
Yeah.
I do, and I would, but for some reason they think they know better, and since I was in the military, they feel like I've served enough for them.
Oh, yeah. That's how they feel. So they're like, yeah, the military sounds crazy. Like I never considered the military. My dad didn't. In fact, when my dad became a U.S. citizen, even though he couldn't be drafted, he made sure that he was what is it called? Like he went,
Conscientious
yeah.
objector. Gotcha.
And even though he couldn't be drafted, but he wanted to make sure, not me. Like when I became a U.S. citizen on my own, when I passed the test, they asked me if I was willing to fight, and I was like, "Well, I guess so. I'm already involved in the war on drugs, so
That's
I
cool.
mean, I'm already fighting a war. Why not? But I don't have anything against. I mean, if the U.S. was attacked like Pearl Harbor, I guess I would just go fight. But like, I'm too old now. But yeah, But yeah, that's crazy. And so
So wait, let me get this right. Your dad was drafted very young into
no, no, he wasn't drafted. He
Oh,
joined the Naval
okay,
Academy,
he joined the Naval Academy.
which is done in Chile. It's done during high school, but he wasn't drafted. But yeah, in
Okay,
Chile,
gotcha.
they got a 2-year mandatory draft unless you go to college. But like, I don't think none of my cousins have ever seen military
But
service.
with
So.
with that in mind, I think that the military can be beneficial just because it can give young people structure. But then I'm also a Gen Xer and I speak out of turn a lot. So it's a personal opinion.
Did you get in trouble? I mean, but you were military police, so
Hmm.
they weren't really gonna like bust you, were they, for saying stupid stuff? Or
Oh, what do you mean?
do they control social media in the military?
Okay, I was in the military before social media was a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Before cell phones were a thing. I mean, like there were cell phones, but not like these kind of internet accessing cell phones.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
the flip phony thing. I
Hmm.
live in a senior community, and one of my neighbors told me he got his first cell phone, and he pulled out a flip phone. He pulled out a flip phone, and I was like, "That's not really a cell phone." But I was like, and he said that he actually found a company that he could transfer his landline number to a cell phone. It was like Mint, I think he used,
But
or
that's awesome. He still had a landline. Are landlines obsolete now?
no, some people still got landlines.
Well, there's an importance in landlines because if the cell phone towers go down, at least landlines might possibly work.
Yeah. My mom we got Xfinity, right? And she's got Xfinity cell phone. And the Xfinity, when Xfinity goes down, that's a problem because
Mm-hmm.
even her cell phone coverage goes down. So you should not have cell phone coverage from the same company you get the Wi-Fi, just in case.
That's an interesting point. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, just in case because the Xfinity goes down more than anything else. I mean, the Xfinity towers go down a lot and stuff.
I bet it's a problem in the city how congested the cell phone towers might get.
Yeah.
Because okay, so when I moved to the suburbs of Texas, I learned that AT&T didn't work in my neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had to, or T-Mobile didn't. So I had to
T-Mobile?
change over to AT&T. But yeah, you never know what you have to adjust to according to the cell phone towers and their capabilities.
I used to get Obama phones, but I tried to get one in December and I couldn't get one. And I think the reason why people are cheap, they were trying to get Obama phones to give away as Christmas gifts.
Oh my goodness.
So it was really hard. I got turned down twice. I've never been turned down for an Obama phone because I'm on SSI. I got Medi-Cal. I don't have an EBT card because when I got SSI, they wouldn't let you have EBT and SSI.
Is it different now?
And now you're allowed to, but it's like a household thing.
Oh
So,
my goodness. And you a household of how many?
well, my mom like is retired, but she has money. So,
Oh, gotcha.
but then
Gotcha.
I think I don't need an EBT card. I eat enough already. I'm not questioning like. Imagine if I had an EBT card because I know there's like Burger Kings that take EBT.
It's way too convenient. Yeah, I see the signs.
Yeah, I know all these fast food places with EBTs. I was like, I eat too much already. So,
Goodness.
you ever had an Obama phone? Or?
No. Okay, so when I left the military in 2005, I moved to Texas and
What part of Texas are you? Dallas?
like San Antonio.
San Antonio?
Yeah. And well, that's where my husband is originally from. So it was a nice city to raise our kids in. But more or less I didn't have the income to request an Obama phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because not saying that we were well off. I guess we were like middle.
Oh no, you either gotta have a Medi-Cal card or EBT card to get Obama phone.
You
It's
know.
it's a scam. You can buy one. Like when I got turned down, the guy's like, "Give me $20, I'll sell you one."
But that and like you got to realize when you're getting something from somebody, they have access to what
Oh
you know what I
yeah,
mean? What they just gave you.
yeah. The government has got access to
And
everything.
but having been in the military, I assume everything's recorded.
Oh
They're
yeah.
always watching me because
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Well, the way it works is that they got different companies that put these things out. Like they're private companies, but they have government contracts. And now they're giving out laptops too on top of it. So yeah, I realized that like I would play jokes with my friends with Obama phones. I would call them up and like, "Hey man, I need crack for sale," because I'm sure the government's
Yeah.
like listening
Right?
in.
My thing is if it starts getting staticky, who's
Uh-huh.
listening? Or if you hear like some tapping, I'm like, who's
Oh
listening?
yeah. Somebody told me if your phone gets really hot, if your phone like overheats and gets really hot, it means that somebody's tracking you inside. Somebody put an app in there.
That's constantly running, huh?
Yeah, it's constantly running. That's why your phone is like, and they tell you just to take your phone and like restart it to how it came when you got
Okay,
it.
like reset it.
Reset it. But yeah, but yeah, you can't get away from that. I mean, people are watching everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
My last name is 13 letters, so it's not like I can really hide, you know?
But
I can't really hide anymore.
you just hope they misspell it when they're looking you up.
It's true. Actually, my last name, when you try and spell my last name, it turns into schizophrenic.
Oh my goodness.
My last name's Schiabacasa, so it's really weird. Like, it turns into schizophrenic and stuff.
I guess for like the dyslexic and all, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah, I don't know why. I wish it would turn into something nice, like a sugar lover. Something sweet. Schizophrenic. I got a friend, his name is Vahid. His first name turns into Cage when you try and write it.
Oh wow.
It like corrects itself to Cage. I'm like, what are
I've
you
never
trying to
thought of that. Like, type your name and see what auto corrects it to.
Yeah, I think your names are normal, so.
Oh yeah, but I have my maiden name. But I mean, I don't.
Albert sounds like a stage name, though. Is that a real name?
Albert. Yeah, no. So that's my married name, Joanne Alberts, and my maiden name is Victorio. But my stage name is Joe Mama.
Joe Mama?
Yes.
I used to have a joke like I'm in Sonoma next to your mama. I used to have a joke about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, Yo Mamas are big, and I don't even do Yo Mama jokes.
I did a whole set of Take My Wife Please, but I did it like in alphabetical order as a joke. And I got thrown out of the open mic. They banned me for doing it, but I would start with like Take My Wife Please, and the last word would start with A, and I did it through the full alphabet
Oh my gosh.
as just
But
to
okay,
mess around.
so when you get banned, how does that work? Do they like kick you out and they say you are banned here, or you get kicked out several times and then they ban you?
Oh no, they just straight up tell you don't come back. You're banned.
It
You
must
never
have been
been
so
banned?
egregious.
I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
I've been banned. I
Chris.
got banned from another place. They put up a sign. This was, and
Yeah.
the guy said, you can't say what was it? A bitch tranny. What was
Oh, okay.
and
Very-
what was the faggot, right? And I
Okay.
said bitch, and I got automatically banned. And then, but then he got kicked out from running the show.
Oh.
So I got back in after he got banned. And I actually have the paper he put up the sign.
Oh
I
wow.
have it at home, the one that said you can't say bitch, tranny, or faggot.
Wow.
But you never, yeah, you.
But it comes full circle. I mean, like, he ended up leaving and you got back. So
I
did
got-
you respect the rules again afterwards, or did the rules change?
Nah, the rules change, you know.
Yeah.
Rules change.
I think that's the circle of life.
The thing is, I never really got banned from a real club. You know, I got banned from stupid open mics, you know. Thing about the San Francisco comedy scene, there's a couple of big, like, groups running this thing. You got Hella Funny, then you got the Mutiny Radio, which is,
Okay. Oh,
It's-
oh, you're saying Mutiny Radio. Okay.
you got Mutiny Radio, you got Hella Funny.
Okay.
You got a couple other groups that are basically, like, big. You know, the Mutiny Radio is like our competitor. You know, they got
I had no idea. Oh my God.
yeah, they got their own radio station.
Yeah, okay.
You've been a minute, yeah.
I've been on Friday was my first time there.
Oh yeah, so yeah, they're a group. Hella Funny. I think they're the ones that. No, I think Mutiny Radio is the one that runs Barbary Coast.
Yeah. Dakota, Bud tends there as well.
Yeah.
And hosts.
I emailed that guy. He never got back to me. I thought that was kind of weird, but I'm used to it now because trying to book this show,
Uh-huh.
I email a lot of people, and half the time they don't even respond. So if they don't respond, I'm okay with that. That's like letting me know, fuck you.
I guess. I mean, like, I'm not that experienced into the game of comedy
Yeah.
to even like understand that part.
Some people just straight up tell me they're bad at podcasts.
I wouldn't know. This is my first time ever.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. The thing, it's hard to, my friends, it's hard to book your own friends for this kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Some people don't want, like in the weed game, some people are still paranoid
Well, I
about
mean,
it.
what are people worried about saying the wrong thing accidentally, or?
Nah, I don't know. Some people just don't like it or they're freaked out. People got secrets too, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
But like, yeah, the podcast, some people don't like podcasts. They don't understand it. They can't relax. They don't understand that I'm just gifted, and you
You
know,
got the gift of gab.
yeah, I enjoy this kind of stuff. I always want to be on the radio. What about you?
So I also would like to start my own podcast.
You,
But
you could do it here.
they that would be awesome. I mean, I'm really just getting my feet wet, learning how to sound or sit in front of a mic and like you know.
Well, no, this is a podcast network, but basically, we're like independent contractors.
I love that.
Like I pay to have this podcast.
I could see that.
So yeah, if you wanted to do it, you could do it here. We got slots open for anybody.
What?
Yeah,
I just don't have money to invest.
oh yeah, it's like a monthly fee every month.
Really? I'll donate for I donated for the water.
Yeah, like yeah, but he does a good job. You got two different studios here.
I'm impressed. It looks really good down here.
Yeah, it's really nice. They got nice equipment. They got one room full of like computers people donated and stuff. TVs. Anytime somebody moves, they give them a TV set and stuff. So tell me your jokes. How do you come up with jokes?
Oh wow. Okay, so I love I love being organic with my jokes, so a lot of times I come up with stuff on the rip, which is terrible. It's terrible. So I've learned to do better and write my jokes down.
Hmm.
Um, what I wish I did was go to a comedy school. I'd like to go to a comedy school to get the fundamentals down because a few weeks ago I was in San Antonio and they had a comedy class
Hmm.
and he said setup and punchline and I'm like I knew the idea of setup and punchline but I never put it as a equation.
You could just get a comedy book. That's
I don't read well.
oh yeah. I think let me explain the setup and punchline. Oh, I was talking about yeah, I went to the Metro on Friday and I saw theater camp, but I saw a bunch of people dressed up as Barbie.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking like I don't own any pink clothing, right?
Hmm.
But I said, well, actually I do. The only pink clothing I own is like my bra and panties. And see, that's the punchline. The setup is you're setting it up. The punchline is boom, or
Yeah.
stuff like that, or like, you didn't see anybody dressed up when they went to see Oppenheimer. Like people didn't show up
Okay, so
dressed up as a bomb or something.
is that like another punchline then? Like, cause you did the setup and you gave a
Yeah.
punchline, and is that like another punchline?
Yeah, it's another punchline, but the setup is actually you're just setting it up.
Okay, gotcha.
You're setting it up like
Okay, so I feel like I have a storytelling uh way of telling my jokes, which I need to work my way out of.
yeah.
Um, because okay, so I've been up at San Jose Improv, and it was there that I understood every second counts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they played me off at 1 minute and 36 seconds the first time, and then 1 minute and 47 seconds the second time. But I knew I lasted 11 seconds longer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like Rooster Teeth Feathers. They got an open mic and they give you 3 minutes, but yeah, you gotta get in. You gotta like.
Does Rooster Teeth play you off?
They do if you're going overtime.
Oh,
But
okay, gotcha, gotcha.
but wouldn't San Jose Improv give you more time than a minute and a half or?
No, okay, so they give you 3 minutes, but if you don't drop a joke within the first 30 seconds, I think that's what they give good feedback too. He said it took you a minute to drop your first joke, and I was like, I thought I came on funny, but no, that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean you could take a class. I mean.
I know, right?
It depends whose class. They got classes, but like to me, like I don't know. I think a joke book would be
There you
fine.
go. I bought one in fourth grade.
Oh yeah, and you still got it. Or?
I wish I did, but knowing my mom keeps everything, so the apartments on 11th and Howard, I could probably dig it up.
Oh yeah. So how long you lived in the city? You been here 6 months or?
Okay, so originally 85. My mom got an apartment there, and when I left in 97, um, went on and did my own life and stuff like that. But then now I'm back.
Were you born in General Hospital or?
St. Luke's.
Oh, you were born in St. Luke?
Yeah, I don't know if that's fancy, but I thought it was because it's a Catholic name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you weren't born in the Zuckerberg one.
No, that General Hospital though. Yeah, I remember looking at General Hospital when I was little, and I was like, that is so. It's like how many blocks long,
It's long, isn't it?
right?
It looks like an old asylum, like from
Doesn't it?
outside. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like,
My mom said that was the People's Hospital.
yeah, it is a people's hospital. Yeah.
Um,
So you planning to go back to Texas or just to visit?
I'm going back and forth. Truth is, I still have my husband is still out there. Uh, I'm not even. I adjusted to calling him my ex-husband because we're still working on deciding that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna just go back and forth, and I'll hit the mics everywhere I go, pretty much, because I can't help it.
I know you should try. I mean, you should try comedy everywhere. I mean, there's no specific place that is better for comedy than others. So, are you in San Antonio still, or?
Yeah. So, but it's the suburbs of like Cibolo. But the way San Antonio is growing, there's like little parts that are suburbs, more suburban than San Antonio, and San Antonio just engulfs it. But I come from like a rural town that's engulfed by San Antonio.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun. I mean, you get to go from San Francisco to San Antonio. That's gotta be like,
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes away from Austin.
oh yeah, Austin's pretty fun. Yeah, I spent a week in Austin, like just sitting on Sixth Street, just getting drunk or something.
Yo, isn't like Sixth Street a safer version of Mission and Sixth?
Actually, it's even better because they closed down the street traffic. So,
Right? Yeah.
and I think it's all nightclubs. The whole row is just nightclubs and
It,
stuff.
but like they don't even close traffic down on Mission, but it becomes that
I
with
know.
people.
I think they closed down part of the traffic on Market. Like
Really?
they don't allow regular cars on Market, just buses.
Is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, I've always been surprised that they don't have like a street just for like bike lane.
Mm,
I mean, like in Canada, they got like real bike lane streets, not here.
I saw that on a cartoon somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good you're getting educated by
I
watching.
know, right?
What are your favorite cartoons?
Okay, so typically what my daughter's into, but I'm referring back to
You
what
like
is that?
SpongeBob? Or,
Oh my gosh, my daughter, my 17-year-old now, who's about to turn 18,
uh,
loved SpongeBob, and I'm like, do you think SpongeBob is smart? And as long as she understood, that there were different levels of, I guess, humors, I'm good with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I just
SpongeBob is supposed to be smart. I mean,
no, he's not. It's definitely not
he's a
educational.
sponge, you know.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a sponge.
Forgive me for like when my kids, I if they were gonna watch, I wanted them to watch something beneficial.
Like a Barbie movie.
No, educational. Something that's I
You
grew
don't
up
think
with
Barbie?
Sesame Street.
You don't think Barbie's educational? No.
Okay, let me
Did you have Barbie
rephrase.
dolls? Or?
I did have Barbie dolls, but I guess like for young minds, I'm looking for like ABC, 1, 2, 3, that like teaching kind of. But I'm sure Barbie is educational.
How many Barbie dolls did you have?
Yo, you want to be honest? You
Yeah,
want me to
tell
be
me about your
honest?
Barbie doll.
My mom.
Barbie's hot. You gotta tell us your Barbie doll.
Okay, so I want to say back in the mid '80s, my mom let me stay in the Philippines for a little, and she bought me a Barbie doll luggage carrying case.
Uh,
It's like the kind that opens up, and then it could carry all these Barbies and its clothes,
how many
accessories.
how many Barbies
I
did you
had a
have?
lot, a lot. I think I had enough to fill, and clothes to fill that actual rolling suitcase.
Do you
But
still have them? Those are collector's items,
I
aren't they?
should look through the apartment. It's probably there.
I was there. I was in Vegas for Christmas, and they had a Barbie doll exhibit, but I didn't go because I felt weird about it. It was like $50.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wanted to go, but I thought, oh, I'm gonna explain this one.
Right? All these kids and you have no kids with you?
Nah, it's like trying to go to a water park without kids.
Oh
Like
my
what? You
God.
can't. There's no. They should have like an adult water park time. You
I
know.
could see that, yeah.
I mean, because it's weird. You're just showing up. You got no kids. They're like, what are you doing here?
Yo, side note, the HOA in my old neighborhood in Texas, they established an adult swim for the pool hours. For pool hours, it's just solely for adults.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I guess so. And I could see that being applicable for a water park.
Yeah, because there's a water park in Concord near where I live.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they're open up until 10 p.m. And it gets really hot. But I always thought that was weird, and I want to go alone. Like I try and get my friends, but I can't get anybody to go to the water park. Let's go to the water park.
I hear that. So we got to this point because we were talking about attending Barbie conventions. So I bought my daughter some collectible Barbies from like Goodwill, and they were still in the box, and
Oh, the box, yeah.
yeah, like two collectible ones, very old, and I told them that they could take it out of the box. I paid $25 a piece for it, and that's how much they go for nowadays.
Yeah.
Somebody protected that doll for that long just so my daughters can unbox it, but you know they didn't. They never unboxed it.
They never unboxed it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's how you keep all these toys. Like,
Does that make you cringe when I was like, you can unbox it?
nah, I mean, I don't collect anything, I don't know. I just, I think the whole Barbie thing is amazing, especially now. Like, yeah, like when I was at the Metreon and all these people were dressed up, and I was like, yeah, that's just way out. People really get into that kind of stuff.
For what it's worth, I believe it was the marketing that was put into the movie, the way it started to become a trend
Hmm.
and was trending for so long. That's the reason why it hit so hard, because there were people who weren't even big Barbie fans, like myself. I mean, although I had Barbies, I wasn't a big fan. But all of a sudden, you see all these people just wanting to be fans.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Like the funny thing is seeing these newscasters who look like Barbie complaining about the Barbie look like, oh, they're sexualizing Barbie. I'm like, you're blonde and blue eyed. Like, what are you talking about?
You're saying beautiful people problems.
Yeah, they look like Barbie doll news people. They're sexualizing Barbie, and I'm like, you look like a goddamn
It's
Barbie.
probably because they've had that problem all their lives.
Yeah, because
so-
people probably, you look like a Barbie doll.
So they have Barbie issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never got told I look like a Barbie doll.
I mean, would you want to?
Not really and stuff. Not really. I mean, I don't think I got anybody in my family that looks like a Barbie
Like,
doll.
I don't know how I'd handle that if anybody said that. But you know what? Okay, so can I change a little?
Oh yeah, go for it.
I recently lost at least 50 pounds. My joke is this, like, I escaped captivity and I lost 250 pounds.
Oh hey.
Right? 200 pounds was my husband.
Did you like try and lose the weight? Or?
Okay, see, and then that's the typical question from my doctors. Did you try to lose this weight? And the truth is, no, I did not, because for all the times that I've tried, it never came off.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight too, but I had stomach surgery in Tijuana.
Oh,
Like, I had 85% of my stomach taken out.
you're talking about the gastric sleeve
I had the
bypass?
gastric sleeve like 8 years ago, but like COVID brought a bunch of weight back. I was down to like, I was down like what 220.
And this is post gastric sleeve surgery.
Yeah, I had the surgery like 8 years ago.
Oh wow, be
So
careful.
yeah, it's scary. Like yeah,
But so how much weight did you lose off of it?
I lost like what 60 pounds.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lifestyle. You have to change everything.
Yeah, but I got addicted to sugar and stuff because you couldn't eat anything. So now I was into candy, and I never really stopped eating bad. I think you're supposed to stop eating it, but I'm addicted to fried foods.
Okay, so were you ever a diabetic or anything like that?
I've never been diabetic, no.
I've been diabetic for a while. And like I last year, although okay, so I leveled out my numbers, almost pre-diabetic again, and then last year I had COVID, and all of a sudden my A1C shot up to 11, and I think 12 is like too high. 11 is actually, I think anything past 7 is diabetic. So I was heavily diabetic, and they gave me the sensor, the AI,
Oh, yeah.
and I've been able to monitor my blood glucose, and I think that contributed to the weight loss.
Did your family, are they diabetic too, or is it something that runs in the family? Or-
I'm Filipino on both sides, so yeah, it's I think it's yeah, a very much diabetic family.
That's crazy. You like the Philippines, or do you go back for?
I've been to the Philippines twice, growing up.
That's the thing that I'm going to Chile in October.
Yeah.
The people are really like they're not. There's no fat people. Where and they might be now. I haven't been there in a while. But
You
I get
say?
paranoid because I'm like, they don't got
It
you.
might be a different day. You're
I know
thinking
you
of back then.
Yeah, out here you see really fat people. It's, out there, it's like you can't even buy clothes my size.
No, yeah, probably not.
And, I don't, maybe the Philippines is the same way with clothes my. I heard in Asia they don't even make clothes my size either.
Okay, so the last time I was in the Philippines was like in 90 something. No, maybe not even that, 89.
89.
A very long time ago.
Yeah.
But I think it's a different day, and yeah, I understand what you're saying about there's not heavy people, because I think they can't be gluttonous.
It's because they don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's is the same price all over the world. So McDonald's isn't cheap here, but it's really expensive down there.
Well, and especially if they
There's
get
no-
home cooking.
Yeah, there's no fast food. There's no drive-throughs, So it's not that easy to maintain a bad like food
Diet,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Yeah. Hamburgers aren't that well known. I mean,
Oh my
the
God.
food isn't healthy, but I think we overdo it, especially
Yeah.
with the junk food here,
Yeah.
the chips and
Well, okay, so there was a time in Utah, they had Big Mac Mondays.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there was 99-cent Big Macs.
Oh yeah, I remember when the Big Macs were $1. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The Whoppers were $1 too back in the
Yes,
day. Yeah.
yes. On a good day, my mom would drive by on her way out from school. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, like when I was in high school, we we stole a bunch of toilet paper from a Burger King so we could go toilet papering people. We stole like a whole. There must have been 50 rolls in there.
I'm glad to hear it's toilet paper, because when I started to laugh, I'm like, oh wow, Rob, damn.
Oh, wait, I know. I'm not robbing a Burger King. But yeah, back in those days when I was in high school, I'm 51. I mean, it's easier to pull that. Now it's like you can't get near any of that storage shit.
Oh no, hell no. You like just yeah, and I don't blame them.
I was in the Metro last week and they had arrested these two teenage kids, and they had a bunch of candy they tried to steal on the floor, and that's all they tried to steal was candy. It must have been like $300 worth of candy. And I'm thinking these
Dang.
kids, they're not going to jail. They're not stupid,
Yeah.
Nobody's risking jail time for candy,
It's got to be for resale, I'm sure.
Yeah,
If
but
you're buying that, I mean, if you're stealing that many.
at Target, they just throw you out when they catch you stealing.
Uh-huh.
Because in California, you're not even allowed to chase people out. Out
For
the-
safety reasons, right?
Yeah, somebody got sued. They chased somebody.
What? Got sued?
They chased somebody, then they got sued because I think they might have kicked their ass or they did something to them. So they got sued. So they tell you, don't chase people. But like the Walgreens where they shot and killed that guy.
What?
That was inside the store. He hadn't even made it to the outside
Shot
yet.
and killed?
Yeah, like a month and a half
Where?
ago.
Is this in San Francisco?
Yeah, the Walgreens on a Market and Fifth.
Damn.
Some security guy shot and killed some dude who was stealing and they didn't even file charges because they're like, maybe you should be scared of stealing shit.
No, I don't think that sounds correct. Oh my God.
No, I'm telling you,
Like,
you should look that story
I
up.
will. I definitely will before I even ask
You
or
didn't know
like,
about that? There were protests for like months. There was a
no.
protest for a month down there and stuff.
I ain't gonna lie. I have not been woke.
Oh yeah, and they showed the funeral, no, the memorial service on TV and I swear, almost everybody was just wearing red during this.
Damn, they made
Yeah,
it a blood set too.
yeah, they were all wearing red.
Damn.
I'm like, that is crazy. Yeah, like, but yeah, the security guy was fighting this guy for like 5 minutes.
And shot him.
And finally, he got away. And when he was about to get out the door, he just shot and killed him.
And it's horrible.
And the DA said, "Hey, I mean, you're stealing. You're taking your own life." I don't know.
Wow.
You go in there to that Walgreens, it's quiet now. Like the security's staring people down, and no, you can tell people aren't going to steal anything from this store anymore.
I want to say there was okay, so like I was on 16th Street recently, and I want to say there was a Walgreens there
Yeah, there used
on
to be.
16th and Mission, right?
Yeah, there used to be a Walgreens right in the corner down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a story about that Walgreens. So my homegirl lived on 16th Street, and we'd walk down there to the Walgreens.
Hmm.
And back in those days, I actually stole the New Kids on the Block little gum cassette tapes. They were cassette tapes with gum in it. I
Yeah.
would steal one or two and then resell it at school. All right, but one time I got caught, and I felt really bad because my homegirl and I were banned from that store, but they let us go. They let us go because they had the talk. They're like, look, it's almost Christmas. We're going to let you go. And I was like, thank you. My homegirl was so pissed at me because she could never go back to that store with her parents.
Uh,
Or like she felt nervous every time she went back. I'm so sorry, Mariel, now that I could say that.
I got a New Kids in the Block story. I used to go to Great America when I was in high school, and they had concerts there, right?
Mhm.
And I bought some tickets for Tiffany. She was on tour,
Yeah, remember
and
Tiffany?
an opening for them was New Kids in the Block.
Nice.
Well, halfway through the tour, they switched spots. It was Tiffany opening up for New Kids in the Block.
Damn.
And I actually sold, they were like $5 tickets. I think I sold them for like $80.
Hell yeah.
To
Entrepreneurial
some guy
spirit.
who showed up. He hadn't seen his daughter in years.
Wow.
And yeah, so, but now I'm thinking, why wasn't I there? Like, I could have seen the New Kids in the Block on their first tour ever. Like,
Right?
I mean, I saw the Bangles down there. I saw Debbie Gibson at Shoreline.
I love that. You're talking about, wait, Great America, right?
Yeah, Great America, the amusement park. They have a concert area,
Okay.
and you would buy your ticket for the Great America, but for like $5 extra, you could buy I think they still do concerts.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Now that I think of it, I was at Six Flags and I saw Doja Cat. Me and my family went to the Botanical Festival
Oh yeah.
and we saw Doja Cat for the first time. And there were a few artists that we saw, but Doja Cat's the one that sticks out because it was like she wasn't even big yet, or she wasn't even the same size. She lost a lot of weight
She
from the
was
time
just
that we saw
Doja
her.
Kitty.
Yeah, yeah, with the Moo song.
Yeah, yeah. Doja Cat is pretty good and stuff. Yeah,
Oh
I haven't
yeah.
been to concerts in I can't remember the last concert I went to. Now that I think about it. Do you go to any concerts or?
The last concert I could remember was Katy Perry.
Oh yeah, Katy Perry and stuff.
Yeah, and that was fun. Okay, so I dressed up like in a pink wig and something cute. And her dad is like her manager, and he was walking the aisles, and he was like, "Hey, you can come to this area with me." And I was like, "Can I bring my husband?" Because
Oh
my
yeah.
husband took me to the concert, and he was like, "Of course." And he put us right next to like Katy Perry's mom and sister.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
was pretty dope because every time she came around this part of the stage, she was like talking to them.
She's from Texas, isn't
I
she?
I believe so.
Yeah, she comes from like a religious Christian family.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I actually married into one.
You married into a Christian family or?
Yeah, yeah. But then I also took on Christian values before I married him, so it aligned. It's not like his family changed my values.
That's my real name. I was named Christian.
Oh,
Christian. I Americanized it when I
yeah,
came.
you sure did.
To
You
Chris.
colonized it.
And I colonized it. It's my, and actually, I had Chris with no H at first, and then I added the H.
What?
But later on, I kept thinking about it. I'm like, I kind of did sell out. I Americanized the name myself, you know?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. But then when I became a U.S. citizen, they asked me what I wanted in my passport. Now my driver's license says Chris Skiabakasu, right?
Hmm.
But for some reason, on my passport, I put in all four names. Because in Latin America, we use
Yeah.
both last names. So
Yeah.
I put Cristiano Alejandro Schiabacasa Valenzuela.
I think that's dope.
When my mom got divorced, the first thing she did is drop my last name and went back to Valenzuela. She'd rather be Valenzuela than part of our family. So it broke my heart. Like,
Are you talking about when she divorced your dad?
yeah, when she divorced my dad, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, okay. That happened
But
years ago.
but as a mother going through this,
You're on your second marriage, right?
yeah, but I mean, this marriage lasted 18 years.
Do you want your marriage? I mean, are you fighting for your marriage, or are you like, because you're apart from your husband, but your
Okay,
kids are down there?
so okay, this is actually what happened. And when I started stand-up comedy, me and my husband are both veterans. We've been volatile. We have like somewhat of a toxic.
Was your husband in the Air Force
Yeah,
too? Or?
yes, he was in finance, and more or less, I want to say after I started comedy and I started hitting mics aggressively, all of a sudden, he became violent. And like yeah, a few incidents led up to another, and then he just started hitting me harder, and then my 22-year-old who looked at it was like, Mom, and he's been his stepson for years.
Hmm.
He loves him as a dad, but he was like, Mom, I need to get you to California, back where your mom is.
Hmm.
So he drove me and my daughters here, and here I am now.
But you're going back.
Right. Okay. So since then, he's gone through therapy where they've actually like assessed a lot of medical issues. And the VA will take care of you. You just got to know, what to ask for.
Hmm.
So, I mean, like all the times that the cops came and he had been emergency detention, it led up to the need to find out what's going on with him. And they assessed it and he's better. So I sent my daughters back so we could co-parent. But I've been back since. I mean,
Are you serious?
yeah, okay. It sounds
You sent your
terrible.
daughter's back there?
No, I know, right? Okay, so
I
it
mean,
sounds. I
how you
know.
know he's better? I mean, he says
Yeah.
he's better.
No, okay,
Did you
so
talk to his therapist? Or
he's actually
he hasn't hit your kids, has he? Or-
no. He's been back to California to see me a few times. More or less, we've been talking and working on things at my own pace, at his own pace.
Mhm.
It's still like it's a cycle that we recognize, but we only trigger each other when we're together. He's a wonderful father. He has borderline personality disorder, so he does have narcissistic tendencies.
Mhm.
But this is nothing new to my daughters. More or less, he's always been a good father. He does have narcissistic tendencies, though. But they're safe. They're safe.
Is that common in the military, or
I think
because I think that
so.
PTSD must run hard. I mean,
Well,
did
yeah,
you go to war too, or
yeah. I think it exacerbates your mental issues for sure.
because you're around weapons a lot. You're out there fighting. You're out there.
Not even that.
You
I
got
think
people telling you what to do
there
all
you
day
go. Yep.
long.
So the process of joining the military, in my mind, is you go to basic training,
Hmm.
and what they do is they break you down. I don't know what it is
How,
now,
how
but
long was it? 8 weeks your basic training?
it was
Or
6 weeks if I remember. But there's also a 0 week. So what's that mean?
what
7 weeks?
basic training in the Air Force? What do they do? Do they like?
I know, right?
Is
It's
it
like
the same thing as the
no,
Army? Or?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But what I remember is they tell you to forget everything that you know. They teach you how to fold your shirts, how to roll your socks, how to make hospital bed corners, and they hold you to a standard. So I feel like they break you down, rebuild you up, and then they expect you to follow the guidelines. There's always operating instructions, and that's what I enjoyed about the military is there's always instructions. You understand what's right and what's wrong. So, but I don't think it's the same nowadays, if I might. I mean, I'm sure that they still have operating instructions, but there's so many things that I see like not the same.
If you could do it over, would you join or?
Oh, you mean like this day and age?
Yeah, would you join now, or you think it's different now, or?
I would join now, but I would also expect it to be a whole different military.
Because when you join, I don't think they were even ready to go to Iraq the second time.
Boy, let me tell you, when I joined, it was don't ask, don't tell.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember those days.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, so you are allowed to be who you are, but you just can't tell nobody.
Yeah. Those must have been crazy times. I remember Clinton did that.
Right? Yeah.
Don't ask, don't tell and stuff.
And they were supposed to be like gracious for it, like, oh, thank you.
What did they do ask you? What are you supposed to say? You're not supposed to ask them. Because they could have thrown you out of the... They thought you were, I mean, they saw you with blue hair. You couldn't have blue hair.
No, you couldn't have blue hair. You have natural hair colors.
And you're like, your nails...
Your nails could only be natural.
Natural, they can't even be like...
Yo, even like French tips, those beautiful French tips, right?
Mhm.
I would have to get American tips because the tips would be like a lighter or a off-white, more natural looking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's almost no point to do it, but nowadays you can.
Now it's different. Can
Oh,
you have
yeah.
tattoos or...
I think so.
Oh, you can have tattoos, of course, because a
Mm.
lot of military people come. So, did you like Anchor Steam? Were you an Anchor Steam drinker? Or?
Oh no, okay. Is this the beer from where's Anchor? What's Anchor Steam?
Anchor Steam is a beer that's been made in San Francisco for over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was bought by the Japanese company Sapporo,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're bankrupting.
Okay, who's bankrupting it?
Sapporo's
Sapporo is.
because they said that they're not making as much money as they thought they would.
I remember hearing this, and so Anchorstein is actually something that they took from here, and then they were importing it to or exporting it to Japan.
No, I think that they weren't exporting it, but they were trying to build it like it's like a craft beer, so
Uh-huh.
they were trying to make it a national beer. They thought they were buying like Bud Light or something.
So
yeah.
so tell me this: do you have stock in that? Because you are like very invested
Oh
in
no,
that topic.
no, I don't even drink beer. I think it's funny because my idea was these people forgot that we bombed them. You know, we gotta we gotta send another bomb down there. Let them know. I think it's crazy that a foreign company is just gonna bankrupt an American company.
I feel like I'm not well versed enough to argue that.
I think they're gonna resell it to somebody.
Mm.
I think they're gonna feel enough pressure, but I don't know. I don't even like beer.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because people really get uptight over it.
That I mean, like with me having no skin in the game, no money invested,
Yeah.
no interest or beer drinking, or it's not my favorite beer, but I guess like that's interesting. It's an interesting topic,
Yeah.
but I definitely, I don't know. I think there's just so many things
We just
going
got a
on.
bomb. Like, they can't do that. They can't do that to our beer. It's been brewed over 100 years. You know, like World War II soldiers came back from the war. They were drinking Anchor
Damn.
Steam, thinking about what they did to Japan. You know, I don't know how the Japanese ended up buying this beer. It's not even that famous, but it's like a local beer. You know, it's just a local beer.
No, it's just that I mean, like the topic runs deeper than the
Oh, no,
like
I
than
just
understandable.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to take stupid topics and just blow them up for fun.
Hey.
But I don't even like beer. I can't tell the difference between I don't even know what a craft beer is. What is a craft beer anyway?
I'm sure it's the way it's made.
Yeah, probably they sit there in some restaurant and make their own beer.
Yes,
I had a friend who made a beer. He made his own beer. So,
Yeah, and you drank it?
no, I don't like
Because you don't
beer.
like beer. Okay.
I don't even
But
drink.
that's your
I don't-
friend.
I don't do alcohol at all. I don't drink alcohol at all. Like, I'm one of the few comedians who actually doesn't drink. I smoke weed like crazy though. I make up for it.
In weed
I
volume.
make up for it in weed. I make up for it in weed and stuff. How
Um,
long you been smoking weed?
okay, so like what I remember as a kid, I only smoked when the opportunity was there. I never like fiend for it. I never looked for it. I never had to pay for it. It was just when the opportunity was there. Now, as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say well into my 30s after working on federal jobs and such. Um, After I'm no longer employed and I have nothing to lose as far as, drug testing and such.
You got drug tested a lot in the Air Force, or?
Yeah, I think I was even pregnant when they drug tested me the last time. I was like, what do
Uh,
you think I'm doing? But I mean, it's just random, they say. But okay, so I also worked at TSA and I've
oh, you worked at a TSA on top.
yeah, yeah.
Which airport was in San Antonio?
San Antonio, yes. It was
Yeah.
before they upgraded it to the nice airport it is now.
So did you like scam people for stuff, or
Yeah, 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 yeah.
did you find any weed on people, or
Oh my God. Oh my God.
you found
Okay, okay, wait, hold on. I think I had a I think I want to apologize because to this guy.
how much weed did you find
No, it
on?
wasn't. It was just a nub. It was just a nub, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And the security guy next to me was looking at me, and I was like, "What am I supposed to do? It's a nub."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't know. Do what you do." And I was like, "I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just telling you." And I think they changed his flight so that he could get rid of that. I'm so sorry, dude. If I had known, I could have just like been like looked the other way, but I was too much of a stickler, and I didn't know any better.
I travel with weed all the time.
It's a different day now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I travel with weed openly.
No, that was like 2005 before it
Yeah.
was really like legal in states.
I mean, when I'm going to Chile, I'm not taking weed with me. I thought about it. Like, I thought about what would be like edibles, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe weed gum might be easy to sneak
But
in.
here's the thing: is there not weed there,
Yeah, there's weed all over the place. Like,
right? But probably not to your like what you like, I guess.
no, I just get paranoid. I'm one of these people like, I got no weed. What am I gonna
I
do?
feel the same way too. If I don't have a stash, just a stash,
Hmm.
I feel like I might go without, and I don't want to.
I got addicted. I bought like a pound for $25
Hell
one
yeah.
time.
Where'd you buy that?
At a sesh, I go to these weed sessions. They're like farmer market pop-ups. They happen.
Oh, is that what you were talking about? Like, sesh? What?
Yeah, they happen like every week. Like the one I go to is called the Fire Market. It's on Instagram. If you look it up, it's on
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe now because they got real security checking people. Like they check you. Like these things are no joke. Like it's because they had a vendor shot
Oh, damn.
when they were leaving. Some vendor got followed. I guess he owed somebody money.
No.
He got killed. After that, they got real security. So if you walk in, they don't know you. They're gonna check you. They're gonna scan you for weapons.
Okay. Well,
But
good to know it's better now.
it's really, yeah, and the vendors are really like, if you're at a dispensary itself, you gotta be like registered to be able to sell weed to them.
Mm.
Now, when you're at a sesh, these vendors aren't like, they're not licensed vendors
Okay.
because the licenses are like 5,000 a year.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So yeah, you're just buying. There's no taxes on it, so you're just buying weed straight up from these people.
I could appreciate that.
Yeah, they're pretty chill. I think there's one that happens in the city on Wednesdays called It's called Cloud Sash. It happens near the what is it called? Near where the arena is.
Arena. Okay, down by
The dog patch. Yeah.
all I know is okay, so I keep on referencing 11th and Howard. I don't exactly live on 11th and Howard. That's just a reference point.
Where's
When
11th and Howard anyway?
it's gosh.
I know where Mission is.
Yeah, just think 11th and Mission.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Just that corner. But every now and again I'll hear music and I just want to follow the music and find it. And it normally doesn't disappoint.
Oh yeah.
No, because there was like an event on, I don't want to say market, but like a little past market on Van Ness.
Mm-hmm.
And all I heard was the music, followed the spotlights, and I didn't go. I just listened all night.
Uh, so are you subletting at this point, or?
No. My son is I have a 22-year-old roommate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my son. But that's, I, we're occupied.
Oh, that's cool. Because Jenna's always looking for subletting space.
Okay.
Yeah. She was asking me about like SROs in North Beach earlier. I'm like, you're looking for SROs in North Beach? Like,
What's SRO?
all those weekly hotels.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we'll talk. Yeah.
so are you excited about going back to Texas? I mean,
Well, okay, so my daughter is turning 5 on Thursday. That's
oh
why I'm
hell
going
yeah.
back for her birthday.
Is
And
she starting kindergarten this year?
yes, yes. Dude, she's a firecracker.
Oh, is she?
Hmm.
Is she gonna get straight A's?
I hope, but I know that she handles a microphone in like stages, like she knows something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents gave me a microphone. I was like 7 years old.
It makes sense.
They're the ones to blame that I hit the stage. Like they gave me.
Were they also entertainers?
Oh no, my dad's an engineer.
Okay.
My mom's an accountant. Yeah,
No.
my mom worked in banks for years.
My mom was a singer in the Philippines. Okay, so she was born in the Philippines
Hmm.
and she entered into like these singing contests that won her a position in Japan. And then that position in Japan sent her to Santa Maria, I think it was, to sing.
Hmm.
And that's where she dug up some paperwork, and her great grandfather, something like that, is an American soldier.
Hmm.
So she was able to become a naturalized citizen
Yeah.
and bring in her brothers and sisters.
Yeah, Santa Maria is near San Luis Obispo.
I think so, but I don't think I've been.
That's where I think that's near where Michael Jackson used to live in Neverland Ranch. In
Interesting.
that area, yeah, because my brother went to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, so
Okay.
I know all about the slow life. Everybody I know want to retire in San Luis, but nobody retired in San Luis Obispo.
We can't afford to retire in
No.
California.
So what are your family? Do they like the Marcoses? Like I know I know Marcos Jr. is president right now, isn't he?
I don't know what my mom's political stance is,
Hmm.
and I'm not even gonna make any assumptions. But it was a pretty interesting president before Duterte.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was very interesting. I mean,
Yeah, oh
like,
that guy, yeah, he used to kill drug dealers.
good
Right?
God. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not gonna, I shouldn't touch on it because I don't understand it well enough.
I remember like Amanda, the Marcoses were famous back in the day. I mean,
Imelda Marcos had like so many shoes.
oh yeah, they had one. I guess their political opponent. He was outside of the Philippines,
Mhm.
and he came back, and they actually just shot him. And they killed him in the airport.
I think he was in exile. They,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, like didn't
they,
they just kill him at the airport or something?
okay, so I don't remember exactly. And the bad thing is, I do remember that time frame. I just don't remember the storyline.
Oh yeah.
But what I can recall is I thought there was political unrest, and maybe he had gotten sent to in exile, and
Hmm.
then they allowed him back. So that's all I'm gonna say I remember. But then again, I was only a teenager and I barely listened.
Oh yeah. No, I remember that. It was because I think the Marcos' son is now president or something.
Ooh,
Would you go back to live in the Philippines? I mean,
to live?
would you ever think about because I went back to Chile for a year and a half when I was 30. I went back to live there.
I don't know about
I
living.
think it's always good to have
A, a home back home?
have in case you get in trouble, you need to
Oh
remember
my God, a plan.
a plan to get out. A plan to get out.
Oh my gosh.
You
Yeah.
never know. There could be a nuclear war.
Yeah, well, I guess I need a passport to even begin thinking
That
about
is.
leaving the country. But yeah, I never think
You don't
about,
have a you were in the Air Force without a
yeah. No,
passport.
my passport expired a long time
Oh, no,
ago.
you gotta renew that,
I
don't you?
do. I
I just
do.
got mine renewed and stuff.
Because you want to go back,
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to Chile to visit like in October. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
going.
mean, like, you wouldn't have renewed it if you weren't going back.
Well, nah, I do because I got a lot of family down
Oh,
there.
so you can have
So
your options.
yeah, I got a lot of family. You never know.
Okay, that's a good
You
point.
never know. But I think the main reason I got it is because I was trying to get that new
The
like
star?
the new ID. What
Yeah.
is it called?
I don't,
They got this new
yeah.
ID, California ID thing.
Well, it's a star on your ID to identify that you're verified. I don't know, something
Yeah,
like
so,
that.
but I needed a passport. I don't know what happened to my
What?
passport. So, but now they don't. In fact, there was a point they were thinking about requiring you to have that ID to even get on the plane.
Okay, yeah.
But now they decided because of COVID, they changed their mind.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're giving you like 2 more
Oh,
years to
okay,
get
okay.
it.
They're giving you more time.
But you can use a passport. You don't need that ID. But their thing is because they wouldn't let you on the
Hmm.
plane, you know.
You okay, so what's crazy about that is my mother mentioned that to me back in like a few years ago when they started that thing.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my ID because I just got it renewed in Texas.
Hmm.
They automatically applied that star.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, I'm glad they were thinking for me. But then how many things do they apply on your driver's license that you don't even notice?
Yeah. Not in California. Yeah, nah. In California, they got all these things they want to look at. Like they want your passport, your mailing address. Somebody told me they got like your Arizona ID lasts for life. You know.
What? It's indefinite?
It's indefinite down there. So California is really strict about that kind of stuff. I don't know
Yeah, I
why,
guess
but
so. When I had my California driver's license, I used to memorize it verbatimly.
yeah,
And so whenever I got pulled over, I would just give them my driver's license number, and they were cool.
yeah.
They were cool. They just look it up and be like, okay, be safe.
I get stopped because my light was out. First, they wouldn't tell me why. They would ask me, "Do you know why I pulled you
Uh-huh.
over?" I'm like, "Because you're a police officer." Then they would go back to their car. They would spend like 20 minutes looking at my ID, my computer record. Then they come back like, your light's out, right?
What is it? What is it?
Yeah, and I was like, why can't you just say that from the beginning?
Well,
Like,
because they want you to incriminate yourself.
yeah, I'm like,
I
and
was
so,
speeding.
and the funny thing is that so I would put on my bright lights because those are different lights.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I got pulled over a lot because my lights were out.
Oh, okay, yeah. You put your bright lights to like pretend that you have lights on.
Well, no, because you're required to drive.
With lights on,
But
right?
if you're driving with lights and one of your lights is out, I'm gonna keep getting pulled over.
You're
So
hilarious.
you put on your
Your
bright
brights. Yeah,
lights.
yeah, yeah.
That way they're like, well, your light's not out,
Yo,
like,
that's a concept my 21-year-old applied a few years like last year. I was like,
yeah.
"Why are you driving with your brights?" And she's like, "Cause the headlight is out." And I was like, "Ooh, if you don't tell us your headlight is out, how can we fix it?"
I don't
So,
know.
but anyways, it is a concept for real.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that there were different lights,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I got pulled over a bunch over that. It was like, and they come up to you and they like smell you at first.
Yeah, of course. They
They
look for
smell your breath.
incriminating. Hmm.
I don't drink, so I was like, one time I was smoking weed, but I never really got busted for any of
Oh
that.
my gosh, can I tell you a weed story?
Tell me your weed story.
So I was on the VA base to seek healthcare, and I I ran a stop sign because I was looking for my glasses. What happened was I stopped somewhere far from the stop sign, but when I thought I found my glasses, I proceeded through the stop sign,
Uh,
and I got pulled over. And the cop, I understood he was pulling me over for a stop sign, and he was cool. He was like, dude, we did the transaction, and then he leans in, and he was like, damn, I could smell that through my mask. And I was like, oh, I just came from the dispensary. It's my stash. And I was like, I ain't smoking on here on the base. It's my stash. And he was like, okay, it's cool, it's cool. So we kind of laughed about it. And then he was going back to his car, but he came back and he was like, yo, um, next time, just to let you know, if you bring a stash on base, we can confiscate that. So please don't, tell
Yeah.
me next time. And you could smoke off base. Come on, it's fine. And I was like, the funny thing is we were laughing about it because he was like, I can't wait to get out and spark a doobie with my cousin. Yeah, and he was like, I know how much those things cost. So more or less, I'm having this conversation with this cop, and I'm just like, he is dope.
Yeah.
He let me go with my stash, and yeah, don't bring your stash on base.
Yeah, cop once told me that you gotta put your weed in the trunk. Like,
Out of access, I guess.
yeah, because they require your alcohol in the trunk.
Right, right.
So they're like, you gotta. I'm like, I don't know anybody who puts weed in their trunk.
No.
Except you're carrying like pounds and
Wait,
pounds of weed, right?
How can I smoke my weed if it's in the trunk?
I don't know. How am I supposed to do that? Like, but yeah, it's like, but the Texas weed laws are still crazy. Right?
Well, there are no weed. It's not. Well, okay. I think it's only 1%. You could only have like so much THC.
Uh-huh.
It's not. I don't think it's really.
I have a friend that lives in Texas, a
Uh-huh.
big time pothead.
What?
He
Okay.
was telling me like you can buy THCA or whatever. There's, and the whole thing confused me because I don't know what the heck. I know it's like crystalline, right? It's
I don't
this
know.
different or
It's
I
a
don't know.
different process of how they extract the THC,
Yeah, so
and it hits differently. But one time I went to Boston, and me and my husband went to Boston, and we expected that it's legal there, but it turned out to be the same thing, like Delta 9 and Delta 10
oh
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, like it's legal in California, but dispensaries are really expensive. Like
Oh my gosh. Since I've been back to California,
mhm.
sorry, I keep on over. I'm excited.
Oh no,
The
go for
caffeine's
it. Don't
kicking
worry
in.
about it.
Um, I would visit Embark out in Redwood.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite one. I have a lot of rewards points with him.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started coming out to the city, and I realized that
Oh,
it's
Redwood City or?
San Francisco,
Oh
and
no, but are you talking about Redwood
yeah,
City?
yeah, in Redwood City.
That's where he's from. He's from Redwood City.
I mean, I love Embark, and every time I'm in the city, I'll stop there just to say
Oh
hi.
yeah. Do they have a lounge area? Or?
No, I just have befriended most of the bartenders.
That's a chain, isn't? They got a couple.
Embark. Yeah, I think one in Oakland and somewhere else.
I think I've been to one. I don't know if that's the one. I've been to one like in Martinez. I think that's an Embark too.
I know that it's led me to different locations.
Yeah.
But I try to stay with the same franchise to collect the rewards.
Oh yeah, that's always a good idea. So, do you usually buy weed or you like edibles or
Flower will always be my choice.
sativa, indica?
Sativa. Oh my God, I recently tried indica for real, for real, for real.
Oh yeah.
And I have so much respect for indica. Almost want to have another child just to name it indica. Fuck yeah, that was an experience.
Do you smoke out with your son or
Oh yes,
you?
yeah, yeah. Me and my son, we smoke weed. We actually, yeah, yes.
I never smoked out with my mom. She hates weed. Like my mom hates weed.
I try to get my mom to smoke with me, but she's.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I once gave her some weed chocolate, like an edible.
What did you tell her?
Yeah, I told her I'm not gonna just.
Just make her trip out.
Nah, and she's like, I was like spinning around. I was like, oh.
Oh my
What about
God.
mushrooms? Are you like,
Okay, so hey, did you know a side door opened on Howard
oh yeah, I used to go to the
in
Zydor.
Oakland?
Yeah, I used to go to that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and what's cool is they brought some of the workers that I'm familiar with in Oakland, and they're working down here. So shout out to
Yeah.
Jamie and Sarah. And can I do that
Yeah, go
at side
for
door?
it.
They've always made me feel so welcome
Say what
there.
you want.
Yeah,
I don't got problems there.
but yeah, no, and they have a nice venue too.
Yeah. I used to go to the church. They
Okay.
they had church service. They would give you a joint.
Yeah, I think they had it till like 2 a.m., right?
But yeah, it used to get weird. Like you got
What?
the guy who ran it, his stories were really weird after a while.
I mean, do
And
you
he's
expect normal?
and he's like, yeah, I took like I forgot, he was up to 50 grams.
Good God.
And he's like, yeah, I had a bunch of diarrhea. And I said, enough of your diarrhea story. I'm not going to sit here because he would tell us, I'm doing 50 grams for you.
Damn.
I'm doing it for you to test it out so you don't have to do 50 grams.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
God.
please don't use us as an excuse for your. But yeah, they opened up a church in San Francisco too. I heard. Yeah.
Yes, it's I think it's like seventh or no, ninth, 10th, one of those on Howard.
Yeah, I used to go. They had a lounge area. I used to go and dab there a lot, but they got busted. Like they got raided
In
when
like 20, yeah,
they got raided
2020.
by the government. But they never opened up their lounge area. But yeah, I used to spend a lot of time at the side door.
Yeah, they have like the pews, the church pews and
Oh
everything.
yeah, the whole thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I used to like that place. But
There's a comedian that recently visited San Francisco, and his jokes are about DMT a lot, or some about DMT,
yeah,
and they advertise it at the side door. So I was like, cool, is he gonna come here? And they're like, no, 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 he's just in the area, but he just jokes about DMT a lot. So
oh yeah.
yeah.
Have you tried DMT? Or?
No, fill me in. What is that?
I never did
Is that like
DMT.
kratom?
It's like a psychedelic, but it lasts like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
But it's like $80 a gram or something. It's really expensive, but they sell it in carts now, like the carts that you buy for your weed and
Uh-huh.
stuff. Yeah, but it's like a psychedelic. We should do it one day.
Yeah, I'm open to that. But
Yeah.
that makes me start to think like how portable psychedelics are, and how many people are on psychedelics when you think they're not.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere now. I never, you asked me a couple of years ago, I would have never thought that mushroom would be blowing up as much.
Right?
In fact, I think that you'll be able to buy mushrooms at Walgreens in like 5 years.
Oh, no, or somebody pushing it out front because actually that happened. Somebody had a table, had their weed and mushrooms. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Well, they're about to decriminalize mushrooms in California.
Okay.
I think in Oakland, all psychedelics are legal and stuff.
Ooh.
So they're decriminalized, which means they're not gonna arrest you. They're
Mhm.
not legal, but they.
It just all of a sudden access is not illegal.
Yeah. I think there's a store on Haight Ashbury that sells mushrooms,
Well, oh, okay.
right? Like I think it's called the some apothecarium thingy.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I read an article that the Zai door opened up in San Francisco. But yeah, that guy's weird. Like
Um,
I like the Zai door, but the guy who runs it, I had enough of his stories about him and doing 50 grams and having diarrhea. I was like,
okay, but touching back on that, all I could think about is the all the mushrooms that he shat,
yeah,
and like how his ass might feel as it went through that.
yeah. I'm like, he
What's
would,
a mushroom high
yeah,
on your butt?
he would tell like he's experimenting for us.
I'm
Like,
just saying,
nobody's asking you to do 50 grams. What I mean? We're here for the free joints.
oh my
We're not
gosh.
here to hear you. At one point he had he has an intern who was really good looking. And then I thought, nah, now we're crossing the line.
Oh my.
But I had a friend
So
that
it started to
worked
get
there.
weird.
Yeah, I had a friend that actually worked at the Zydor, but
Cool.
he quit after COVID because
A lot of things changed, huh?
yeah, he didn't. He's older than me. He didn't want to be around. So people really freaked out about COVID. Were you freaked out? You were in Texas during COVID,
Yeah,
right?
okay, so I feel like I was in this the safety of the suburbs of Cibolo. It's called Cibolo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my husband had been furloughed from his job, and then I believe that started the the mental breakdown for our marriage, at least.
Yeah, he got furloughed. He lost his job, or was he working like as a military contractor?
No,
Or
he was actually an accountant. So hmm,
is he a CPA? Or my brother's a CPA.
he never got his CPA, but he was a fine accountant. He was a great accountant. I'm very confident.
Oh yeah.
You would have thought he was a CPA just the way he carried himself.
I don't know what is the difference. My brother's
Uh,
a CPA,
the
but
difference is a
I can't really tell you
certification.
what it means.
It's a certification. It's
Oh
like, yeah,
yeah.
the access that they have and they get paid more to do
Yeah,
what they do.
he went to an accounting firm for like 2 years. I remember, like he
Mm.
worked at Ernst and Young. So
Yeah, okay.
now he lives in Folsom. I don't know what he's doing. He used to live in Rome. He lived in San Francisco. Now he's got kids in Folsom. You
Okay,
know,
okay. So what would you define? Like he was a family man?
he's a family man now, but this was this was back before my niece and nephew were born.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
As
lived
a
in
CPA?
Rome. They lived in Rome. They lived. My brother worked at the UN in Rome. He lived in San Francisco, but now
Wow.
he's like in Folsom, like just
Dang.
which is past Sacramento. It's
Oh,
hella.
Folsom. I'm thinking Folsom Street.
No, no,
You're
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
Folsom City.
He's in Folsom, California, which is past Sacramento. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like 120 right now, but they got a
Oh
pool.
my God, when I was in Texas. But they got a pool.
Yeah,
That pool is hot right now. That's
yeah,
what it is.
probably it is. Oh, yeah,
But in Texas, it was like the 100. I can't even remember. It was very hot.
yeah. It gets hot in Texas, doesn't it? I mean,
And I think they when there was like the hottest day on earth, I was there for those days.
oh yeah, those are crazy. Yeah, I think in Vegas they almost broke the record of the hottest. But that's not even that hot. Like 118 was the hottest day, but like in Death Valley, it reaches up
Oh yeah.
it goes up to 130, but people actually go down there when it's 130. I'm
And
like,
go hiking.
yeah, 130 degrees. I think that's God's way of saying don't come here.
I would think so too, right? I know, like in the desert, there were coping mechanisms that we had to deal with the heat,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
mean, in
how I got by.
Iraq, like, you were intense the whole time, weren't you?
Okay, so as
Or
a
do they got
cop,
real, oh, they got real houses for the cops.
no, no, no. I patrolled. I patrolled in the uncovered and unsheltered. I patrolled. I've had to walk up sand dunes and patrol from on top of sand dunes. Um, so I mean, like, although yeah, the Air Force had shelter and most like I guess quality
Hmm.
life living or style of living. Um, as a cop, we still had to do grunty things.
Hmm.
But I forgot what I was going with on this. Remind me.
I was on a three-wheeler in a sand dune in Chile years ago,
Oh,
and I accidentally flipped it, and I didn't realize there was no gas cap on there.
oh fuck.
So the gas, so I had to go back and tell the guy, but it was the sand dunes. I didn't know where I left it. Like it took us an hour just to find
To
it.
find, did it get covered by sand?
No, it wasn't that
Okay, okay.
quick, but yeah,
But
it took
yeah,
a.
because everything's one color.
But now they banned the three wheelers. You can't buy the three wheelers now. You can buy the four wheelers.
Really?
Yeah, you can't buy three wheelers anymore. They got banned.
Oh, wait, help me out. Oh, you're talking about ATVs, right?
Yeah, the ATVs. This is about 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, they had a three wheeler you could rent out.
Do you see what they have now? Like the
Yeah.
spiders or what are the ones with the three wheelers where it's a wheel in
Oh
the
yeah,
front or a
no,
wheel in the back and they're street legal.
yeah, those are great. I want one of those too. I'm looking forward to the self-driving cars because
In
I don't
cars.
have a license anymore, so I'm hoping that I end up with a self-driving car that can take me
I
around.
hope you can get it's called Muni.
Oh yeah, the Muni, yeah.
Chauffeured.
Muni's free. People don't realize
No,
it.
they don't realize it because it's only free when you just go on and not pay.
Yeah. They used to check you a couple years
No,
ago.
they used to check you in the front every time.
Yeah, no, but a couple years ago they would have people coming in and checking everybody.
Oh, really?
But
Like a
after
ticket taker.
yeah, after COVID, not they started just checking people and make sure they wear masks.
Oh my
But after
goodness.
COVID, I haven't seen anybody inside checking for tickets. But I got a bunch of tickets on Muni for not having a ticket.
What? Wait, you could get fined for not having a ticket?
Yeah, they used to check you. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So on that note, today I took Muni, but I applied for my transit card and the VA is going to send it to me. And what they told me was just tell them you're a veteran and show them your ID card, which I did the first time I got on the bus. The second time, I was like, nobody's even checking.
Yeah.
So I know that if they came to me, I have that.
Yeah.
But um, the level of disrespect I'm not familiar with, because I remember when they used to make you drop the coins one
Hmm.
by, in front
Yeah.
of them.
Well, now, I mean, there's so many people on the muni buses. They can't really do that. Like,
I don't mean to call it the level of disrespect, but it's starkly different.
yeah, like, yeah. But I have like the cheap. I have like the what is it called? The bar
The
pass.
Clipper,
I have
Clipper card.
I have the disabled clipper card.
Hmm.
So because where I live in Walnut Creek to come to San Francisco, it's like a $10 one way.
Okay.
But I do it for me. It's like 250, but it's hella expensive. Like
Yeah.
crossing bar to San Francisco is really expensive.
Mhm.
But even then, I don't pay for Muni. Like I ride Muni all the time. But even then, even now because they don't even bother to check anymore.
But you have access anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like if they do check, then you're covered.
Well, not last time. I remember the last time they checked, they just kind of warned us to get out. But I learned my lesson. Like I used to know that they might be checking, so I would be sitting near where I could just scan it real quickly if I had to.
So
But it makes that sound
yeah,
beep.
yeah, planning. But yeah, I got you.
But yeah, they. I mean, people don't realize Muni's free. It's
But
not supposed to be.
what you just said, it made me think of whenever you enter a place, you want to know where you can exit. Like you want to know your exit strategy,
Hmm.
and kind of like you put yourself in a position where you're prepared to either exit or tap your card. And it's crazy when I hear your story. That's what I see is the strategy
Yeah,
behind it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dope too.
because I took Caltrains and I
I want to
did.
take Caltrain.
I didn't realize that Caltrain is like a train that goes from I think San Francisco all the way to
San
Gilroy
Jose,
or Gilroy. Yeah,
Tamian, and San Jose.
yeah. So I went to Palo Alto. I took the Caltrain and then there they check you,
Mm.
but then they warn you like
Is it a double decker?
yeah, the double decker, the train.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's like I think they even got Wi-Fi on those trains.
What?
But
Um,
yeah, if you try and sneak into AC Transit like the Oakland bus, those bus drivers in AC Transit will kick your ass.
wow.
You don't want to fuck around with the AC Transit. And the Muni bus drivers, they're kind of chill, but yeah, I don't know, like yeah, they used to check. I must have got like 10 tickets, but I never even paid any of them.
Know that. So,
Yeah,
I've been taking public transportation since I was like in middle school because I would
yeah.
take it from here to Church Street. So, like, I would catch the underground and Market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'd walk from Howard to Market, and I was a middle schooler, and it was kind of safe. I mean, I didn't get kidnapped. That was the biggest
So
thing.
you went to high school in San Francisco?
Yeah, I went to Philip and Salaberton.
What is that?
It's a academic high school out in the Portola area.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Did you like going to high school in San Francisco? Is that weird or?
I loved it. I begged to go to public high school because I was in private school up until eighth grade.
Oh yeah, your family's Catholic or?
Yes,
Because the Philippines is a big Catholic country, right?
right. I think the main religion is Roman Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah. My family in Chile, they're all Catholics. My brother and I are the only ones that never did the communion.
What?
Did you do the communion?
I did the communion, but not all the other sacraments.
Oh yeah, we got baptized, but
Yeah, because there's like, okay, baptizing, you had no choice. You were a baby.
yeah, you were a baby, but then I think is it 11 or 12 years old that you do the communion or
I
is
don't
it
remember.
13?
You were little, like 7, 8,
Oh, 7,
9.
8.
I think
I don't
so.
know what.
I did it
Yeah.
old though. I was too old when I did it.
Yeah, my parents went through Catholic high school. They hated it. So they made sure they didn't want to see the inside of a Catholic church.
Oh, well, this hall makes me think of like a Catholic church for some reason.
Well, yeah, because it's like the Oddfellows is like it's
Oh
not
yeah,
a
you said
religious
that. Uh-huh.
it's not a religious organization, but they're based on some kind of religious it's like the it's like the what is it called
Mason.
the Masons.
That's what I think about when you
It's almost
say.
like a Mason organization and stuff. Yeah. In fact, like I think a month and a half ago, one of their members died on Friday night in his office.
In here?
Yeah, they didn't upstairs,
What?
and they showed up on Monday, and they didn't even know he was dead or something.
Oh no.
So when they talk about ghosts, like It could be that guy swarming around. But the Oddfellows is like the Oddfellows has been around for more than 100 years.
I gotta look that up.
But yeah, this building burnt down there during the earthquake. They rebuilt
What?
it.
Which earthquake?
The 1906.
1906. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the 19. I think most of the city went down during that.
1906. Yeah.
Yeah, but they rebuilt it. But yeah, I read an article. There's like a whole room. I mean, there must be like, there's actually like a dance school upstairs too and stuff.
Well, I think like all buildings, new and old, all have like if the walls could talk, the walls
Yeah.
would say a lot.
Yeah.
But I love the structure and the architecture of San Francisco. Whatever's left of the old
Yeah.
part,
That's one of the problems with San Francisco. Every building is like
historical.
a historical landmark. It's hard to make changes in any of them, you know?
Yeah, I was just passing on Market. It said built in 1988, and somebody was taking a picture of it like this was built in the late 1900s.
Yeah.
And like I grew up in this neighbor area back
Mhm.
then, and I kind of remember like this area Market didn't look like that.
Oh no.
I remember when the Woolworth was still there.
Yeah, market was really different like back in the 80s and 90s. They had I remember they used to have like some kind of pinball machine. Was it like a Chinese pinball thingy where you could go gamble and
Are you
stuff?
talking about pachinko?
Yeah, I remember those. I was telling somebody that it was like it's almost like Disneyland back
Because
in the
it sounds like all you hear is ting ting ting.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really fun. I don't know what happened to what happened to all that stuff.
I don't know exactly if you're talking about pachinko, but I was in Japan one time with my mom, and she gave me a pachinko machine, and my babysitter hated that thing because all it did was just is a upright pinball machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You used to go. You could win money. It was really. There was all kinds of weird things. A lot of the strip clubs they had like just these booths outside where they had
What?
women dancing.
On Market?
On market, yeah, you would walk by.
Oh my goodness.
You could put like a couple dollars, and then
80s and 90s?
during the 80s and 90s, yeah, it was totally different. Like people don't realize it. You know how they cleaned up Times Square in New York?
Oh, no, I'm not. But
Well, they did the same thing out here. There was
Okay.
it was crazy back then. It wasn't like it wasn't crazy, but yeah,
I could have, I mean, like, they gentrified it more or less.
yeah. I mean, the whole area was just it was totally different. But yeah, they cleaned it up.
Okay.
You know, it was different back in those days. But I remember those machines. I'm like, what happened to it? Like,
Pachinko.
yeah, Market Street was fun. The Woolworth, I remember Woolworth, all those
Yeah.
stores, Mervyn.
You could buy parakeets and fish on the bottom floor of Woolworth.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
And they sold like material and sewing stuff. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Woolworth was a big chain. Like it just went down one day. I don't know what the hell happened to Woolworth and stuff. It's crazy. Like, so do you have like book shows? Are you getting booked already, or
No. No,
has
but
anybody booked you for a show? Or?
okay, so, so having started doing open mics,
Mhm.
and classifying myself as an open mic comedian,
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing I could do is just keep on hitting mics. But another thing is I'm a talker, so there have been people who have wanted to open mics, and I've opened a mic and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and I hosted it for like a month in Sunnyvale, and then for like half a month in San Jose.
Oh, which one in Sunnyvale?
Okay, so the quarter note,
Oh yeah, I remember the quarter. No, yeah.
yeah, they closed it down for comedy like a few years back before COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and since then, we started comedy back up, Monday nights 7 to 9.
Mm-hmm. What about San Jose? Where?
Okay, in San Jose, it's Little Italy, and it's my friend that's running it right now. But the premise was Heckle Hall to encourage healthy heckling.
Oh yeah.
And what we would do is show up with two mics, but I believe now he just shows up with one mic. The second mic is for the heckler. We would find like a prospectful heckler and actually hand them the mic. So
Oh.
yeah, it's like intentional.
I'm a good heckler. Like,
Yeah.
People used to get mad. I used to heckle people at open mics all the
I
time.
bet that's why you kept on getting banned.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she still hasn't forgiven me for heckling her during an open mic, but
What?
yeah, it's like
Wait, what did you say?
I don't think I said much. I
See?
don't remember what I said. You,
I
you,
do that too.
you could ask her. She lives in Austin. If you ever run into her, her name's Alyssa Westerland.
Alyssa
You'll
Westerly.
probably run into her when they.
I hope so. That just means I'm working.
I know, like Chris said, he used to heckle you. You got mad at
Am I gonna get banned for knowing you? I'm just kidding.
him. No, I don't think so. I
I
mean,
joke. I
you
joke.
never know, but like, yeah, those days, I don't think they ban people as much as they used to. Yeah,
Well, no, now it's like an understanding culture, like
yeah,
sensitive and understanding.
yeah. There's things you can't say. You just gotta, this.
Dude, I say that so Gen X like though. I don't mean to sound insulting. I just sound like this.
Not me. I do jokes. I saw somebody posted in the East Bay Comedy that they're looking for people to go perform at the San Francisco jail or
Oh,
something.
yes. Wait, what's your comments on that? The incarcerated.
Yeah, so I know as a joke I told the guy, well, I got a bunch of fentanyl jokes
That's hilarious.
because I feel like you gotta talk about your
Yeah,
environment.
what
Yeah.
did they say you shouldn't or
No, he didn't say anything, but
he didn't like your comments?
no, I just put that this morning.
Okay.
He hasn't responded to it, but there weren't many people asking to be on.
But
So
I think that's not a problem to joke about fentanyl
no,
because they're alive and they're in jail and
yeah,
whatever tie they have to fentanyl, I'm sure they can relate.
yeah. My fentanyl jokes is like, I congratulate the audience for coming out, make it to the zombie apocalypse,
Right? I've heard, yeah.
and I tell them like, every time I come to San Francisco, I see people overdosing on fentanyl because I sell it to them.
Oh my
So I
God.
sell it to them.
I think it's just such a sore topic for some.
Yeah, some people, it's weird. I've seen a lot of comedians that book shows, but I don't think there's not many people that are actually out front talking about fentanyl.
Well,
But
because I mean, like people are dying from it, like loved
yeah,
ones are dying from it.
and then my other thing is I met somebody who sells fentanyl strips.
What the fuck?
Fentanyl strips are if you're doing cocaine or drugs and you want to see if there's fentanyl in your drug.
Oh, okay, to test it. I thought it
So,
was like,
but my joke is like, at first I thought she told me she was a stripper named Fentanyl. You know, that's how I take it. Like I'm like,
uh-huh.
and don't judge me. Comedy doesn't pay, so I sell people fentanyl. It's okay. But yeah, I'm like, I thought, but, but I don't know. If, I've never. I
Okay,
mean,
but here's what I can say on that. I
yeah,
don't think everybody understands fentanyl the way you understand it because you frequent this street.
yeah,
Okay, so it's a different picture that everybody gets, and you're coming from a place where you've seen it, they haven't,
yeah.
so they don't know if it's funny.
Actually, Paul told me he saw somebody ODing on fentanyl, and they gave him Narcan,
Uh-huh.
and the next thing you know, the guy was just walking around here because they're gonna take him to a clinic,
Uh-huh.
and I'm looking at this guy walking around. Are you telling me this guy
He just almost died.
he almost died, and he's
Yeah,
like walking around like
yeah,
I'm like that's incredible. Like,
yeah. What do you
and
say to that?
my thing is, why not just take the Narcan? I do fentanyl. Why not just take the Narcan?
Oh my God.
The Narcan is free. You ask a cop for Narcan, they'll give it to you.
Yo, I have a cousin who's a nurse that walks the Tenderloin. She has to do she's an RN that makes sure that people don't die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean like that's kind of dope, but yesterday I was walking on Sunday, I was walking to OMG and somebody approached me about the community outreach they have out here,
Hmm.
and apparently they pay like $22 an hour to be a part of the community.
Yeah.
Is that safe?
Yeah. I don't know well,
The green vest or
yeah, the green vest. They're like they're part of the mayor. The mayor like started that organization. They're part of London Breed. It's like a
okay.
you know Yeah, they're like security or
Um,
I think they when they come out of jail they hire them, you know.
Oh my God, this dude ran up to me and I thought he was gonna tell me I jaywalked. So
Yeah,
when I looked at him, I was like, "Am I supposed to punch him or am I supposed to run?" Because he just kind of came up to me and I was like, "I'm a veteran, so a PTSD. I don't handle people walking to me dead,
yeah,
right?" And then next thing you know, he led into, "Do you want to be a part of this community outreach?"
yeah. They pay $20 an hour
Yeah, something like
because maybe
that.
I should get a job. You know,
What? I'll talk to somebody. I'll let you know.
I'll put on the vest.
All you gotta do is just walk
But
around.
I'll hide out like on North Beach. I'll walk around North Beach. But some of those people, they look like they're, you don't want to fuck with them.
That's what I thought. But this gentleman was kind enough to walk me to OMG because
Yeah,
it was on 6th Street in front of the
yeah.
Mint.
Their office is, I think their office is on Market, like
It's something like that. I've
Market
seen
and
them line up and
Seven.
talk in front of the
Yeah,
buildings.
they're around that area. They're all over this area. I think sometimes they actually open the door over here too.
But I can't imagine I'd be the one that come out and say hi to everyone and uh,
I don't know.
I don't
There's
know.
like a lot of them though. I
It's just
mean,
kind of scary for me right
there's a
now.
lot. There's at least 10,000 people working for them, but
All I know is he approached me because he said I look confident, and I was like, I have to look confident in these streets so nobody will fuck with me.
yeah,
But instead, he walked up to me and asked me to do the community thing, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do that.
yeah. No, I was walking when I was coming down here. They were talking to one woman about asking her out for dinner.
Oh,
So I was like, they don't ask me for dinner. Like, they don't treat me that nice. But it's like, yeah, it's different. That organization is new, but yeah, they're all around everywhere.
well, if you see me walking around with a green
The,
lanyard,
the black,
yeah, that's
the
20,
black, green, yeah,
22
yeah.
an hour. But don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure.
I don't know.
They pay a lot though.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Mhm.
It might be a good job. I don't know. What happens if London Bridge loses their reelection? Do they all lose their
I
job?
think so. Okay, so whenever you rely on a source of income, you have to figure out what that source of income is. One of which was for me was Facebook Reels.
Hmm.
And then when they stop what is this supplying the there was no longer a need for Facebook Reels to get paid out. And then all of a sudden that pay stopped for me.
Oh, you used to get paid to do Facebook Reels? I
Yes.
didn't know
Okay.
that.
So 3.6 million views garners $1,200 a month.
Oh,
At the time that I was a part
how
of the program.
how were you getting that many views though? Like,
Okay, you got to put some dope ass content out. I'm not saying all of my content is dope,
did
but
you scare the shit out of your kids and film it?
no, no, no.
Were you
Actually,
one of those?
I do a lot of mom content. No,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's a lot of like,
I know that was popular on YouTube. Like
yeah,
people,
no,
you would scare your kids and get
yeah,
viewership.
yeah.
Ah!
No, no, I don't believe in like that's childhood trauma, really.
Yeah. We got like 5 minutes left. You got any plugs? Where are you performing at?
Oh
Are you
man.
going to an open? Is there an open mic
Oh
on
yeah.
Mondays?
Okay,
Or,
so quarter note, 7 to 9 tonight.
oh, in Sunnyvale?
Yeah, in
Or,
Sunnyvale, but the problem is I don't have a ride, so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
mm,
Um, I'm pretty sure.
Sunnyvale. She's got to get to Sunnyvale tonight. What do you think, Paul? I think Caltrain will take you to
Yeah, I've
Sunnyvale.
seen Caltrain does, and I looked at their schedule. So
Yeah, I think I don't know, like, somewhere in Sunnyvale, bro.
the thing I don't like about catching rides with people is like you have to ensure that you have a ride back home.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's the best way to. I don't know who else is on that show.
But more or less, I think I can manage transport there.
Have you done that club down there? The what is it called? The Rooster Teeth Feather?
Yes. Okay. So I hit Rooster Teeth Feathers on my 40th, my 44th birthday
Oh
on my
yeah.
birthday, and they let me do my
When
whole
is
three
your
minutes.
birthday?
It was back in March, March
Oh,
22nd.
yeah, my birthday's in May. I turned 51 this year.
Yeah, back in May.
I'm
Congratulations.
getting old and stuff.
You make 51 look livable.
Dang. People used to tell me I look like in my 30s. Now I'm up to my 40s. You're in your 40s.
Yeah, yeah.
When did I age? I used to look like I was in my 30s. Now I look like I'm in my 40s. I'm aging. Like soon to be like, You look like you're in your 50s.
I mean, but I feel like your age is your flex. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you lived that long. I'm level 44.
Yeah.
So,
So my plug is I perform every Friday at Cal's in North Beach with Bestest SF. Have you been to Cal's in North Beach?
no, I have not.
And I do this podcast every Monday. I go to weed sessions, but I don't need to plug that. What about you? Do you do like what other do you do do you do other like open mics at dispensaries
Okay,
or?
so one that I hit on Friday is Slate, and yeah, that was fun. Slate Bar, with Rhoda, DB, Manny, and I guess them being Filipino and me being Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, when I left California, I felt like I lost touch with my Filipino background,
Mm-hmm.
because it's so dense here. The Filipinos are dense in Daly City especially.
Yeah.
But then I joined the military and it's like we're all the Filipinos, so I felt like I lost my culture.
I like the egg roll, the
The
lumpia. I
lumpia?
like the lumpias and stuff.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, I like the lumpia. What other Filipino food do
Okay.
you recommend?
Adobo. Well, I'm gonna go to the ones that I could cook, which is lumpia, adobo, and pancit, and sinigang, which is like a
Um,
tamarind soup. But
is there like a Filipino restaurant you recommend out here?
there's too many
Or, oh, there's too many.
to narrow down.
I go to McDonald's. Like, it's still McDonald's. Like I feel bad. Like I'm uncultured. Like
No,
all these
that's
op
cultured.
all
There's
these opportunities. I'm in McDonald's. I go to the KFC, Taco Bell, way down in Mission, because they got three different types of Mountain Dews on top.
oh, okay. On Mission, I'll definitely hit an El Faro's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I miss that about Cali burritos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Do you like Papalotes?
I haven't been.
I know the owner of Papalotes. That's why I know the owner. It's like is it 24th and Harrison or something? Or
Oh man,
it's
I just
near 24th and Mission. There's like two of them, yeah. Or Cancun. Cancun's pretty good.
but yeah, as far as Mexican food or Spanish food, let's do that. Latino food, I don't know how to politically say this correct, but Baja style being California
Mm-hmm.
has always been my favorite.
Yeah, the burrito's a California thing. Like my stepmom's Mexican, and she's like, we don't eat burritos in Mexico.
Hmm.
Like, they'll eat tacos, but they don't fucking like it. The thing I liked about Texas was the breakfast tacos. You can't find breakfast tacos out here.
Well,
What's that?
they're like mini burritos out here. But yeah, breakfast
Yeah.
tacos.
Well, the lumpias are like mini burritos.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's, it's the same thing, but you can't fry a burrito that big. Like they try.
Yo, I saw this guy make super tamales.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tamales, but not the fried, but they look so good and they're the size of burritos.
Oh
Have you
yeah.
seen that?
No, where are they at?
It's somewhere out here in the area. Just Google
Uh,
large ass tamales.
Paul looks like he's out of there. Like, I don't know. You haven't been sleeping well, Paul. What's up?
Not at all.
Have you been sleeping here? Is that the problem?
No.
It's the heat. It's hard to sleep in the heat, isn't it? Like, there's no heat out here, so.
Okay, so like going back to Texas, I value the heat. I miss that.
Oh, you miss the heat?
Yeah, it's like an outdoor sauna. It's like a sauna.
Yeah, but at night it's like 110. You're trying to sleep in 110-degree weather.
Oh, by night it'll be cool.
So how long are you gonna be in Texas? Are you gonna?
Probably gonna be there for like another week. Hang out with my kids because I miss them. So yeah, but
Did you buy a Barbie doll for your daughter already? Or
no, I
You haven't-
didn't.
are you gonna buy a Barbie for your daughter?
I'm lacking, aren't I?
Or do you still buy dolls for your daughter? Or
She has these OMG dolls that are like
OMG dolls?
yeah,
That sounds
no.
scary.
It is
What's
horrible.
an OMG doll?
They're very cute baby dolls, but they dress
Uh-huh.
in very skimpy Cardi B type
Oh, like,
clothes.
it's not like the Cabbage Patch Kid.
No, definitely not. It's not the Cabbage Patch
I
Kid.
bet you your daughter's gonna ask you for a Barbie. How much you want to make a bet?
You know what? I should get her a Barbie just
You
because.
should take her to the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I miss her so
You
much.
both dress up in pink. It'll be fun.
I'll take pictures.
It'd be fun. I don't have anything pink. I need to find some pink clothing.
Wear your underwear.
I have my
Yeah.
bra and panties. Like, yeah, it was weird because half of the theater they were dressed up in pink, but it was like mostly guys,
Oh, what?
and it was kind of at first I was like, what's going? And then I thought this is great, you know. Like, but I've never dressed up for a movie premiere. Have you dressed up for a movie premiere? For a movie?
No, I don't.
You never
think so.
showed up to Star Wars dressed up? Or...
When was the last Star Wars movie?
It's been like 5 years ago.
No, okay. We went to Star Wars in the 80s.
Yeah, me too. I remember.
It was on Van Ness that it was
Oh
showing.
yeah, in Van Ness.
And yeah, I remember going to the movies for that. They did a standing ovation at the end of the
Oh yeah.
movie. Yeah.
That's always fun when they start clapping in the movie. Like, you know, nobody's here that's in the movie. They don't know.
Right? No, it was like a packed theater and everything because
That.
that was a big movie.
I avoid packed theaters. Like,
Oh.
I have the AMC movie pass, so I go to the Metreon.
Oh, so you have a subscription.
Yeah, like for 25 a month, I get to see 3 movies a
Smart.
week. It could be like IMAX or 3D or.
Oh, wow.
But I avoid like packed movie theaters, especially now
Mm-hmm.
because you know I usually vape
Oh, okay.
or I bring my own food.
Oh, you want to be offensive.
Oh yeah, I want to be offensive too. I tried to smoke weed in a movie theater one time.
I like that idea.
I think there should be a movie theater you could smoke
Hell
weed. I
yeah.
don't know why they're not doing that. So are we done for the day? This has been Junkyard Rat, and my guest is Joanne Alberts,
Yeah.
who's a Texas Filipino San Franciscan comedian. Covers. Do you change your hair color a lot? Or
Oh, yeah, my moods.
do you go to
dictate.
purple or red hair?
Yes.
Have you done every hair color? Or?
Every color my hair will take.
I've never dyed my hair. Look at my hair. I've never dyed it.
What? So it's like a healthy dark color there, huh?
Yeah, I've never dyed it.
Nice.
You know,
They call that virgin hair.
I know. I'm gonna grow my hair out and sell it to somebody for $20 million.
No, oh my God, your hair is so thick. I thought it was like not your hair.
Why would it not be my hair?
Because some people wear not their hair.
Is that your hair? Or...
It is actually all thinning parts
Yeah.
and everything. You know, I'm saying you have a good head of hair.
I know I got a lot of hair and stuff.
That's awesome.
I don't have much hair on my legs or my arms, but I got all my hair.
So when are you back next week?
Next week on Monday, I'm back for another 2-hour show on the 31st. July is almost over.
Right?
You know, we got August. We're in the middle of a heat wave. What are your plans? You're gonna do any open mics before you go, or?
Okay, so Wednesday I want to hit up Hysteria because that's like right around the corner. And I haven't hit it since, and it's a safe walking distance at that hour. Wednesday, and there's a few. Damn, I wish I would have took them.
Sixth Street, OMG is scary. I don't like Sixth Street is scary.
Oh yeah, no, my
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It is
Yeah.
scary out here.
I kept it daylight hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, and we are gone. You want to say goodbye, Joanna? Or-
Yo, thank you so much for the time on the mic and popping the cherry with me.
Thank you for being on. You know?
Yes, I appreciate.
If you ever think about getting a podcast, you should try us. You know, or
Thank
that
you.
other place. I'm not gonna mention.
No, I'm
their
gonna
name.
talk to you after this is all done.
Yeah, you can talk to Paul. Is the one that runs this thing.
There you go.
Talk to Paul.
All right, you
Paul,
guys, you've been watching the Junkyard Rat Show here every Monday, 1 to 3 p.m. PST. And the rat is out. See you next week, guys.